Hello students, do you know why does this ball bounce back? Because it is reflected by the wall. When it strikes the wall, it turns back into the same medium. It is called reflection. In the language of science, when heat, light or sound strikes a surface, it turns back into the same medium. It is called reflection in the language of science. It means bouncing back. Bouncing back of a thing is called reflection. Bouncing back of a thing is called reflection. Hello students, welcome you all in this session. In the last session, we read about possessive and demonstrative pronouns. Today, in this video, we will go through the next kind of pronoun, reflexive pronoun. So let's start it. Reflexive pronoun. First of all, I would like to tell you that reflexive word, this word, reflexive word is an adjective form. Reflexive word is an adjective form of the word reflection. Both spellings are correct. We generally use this one more than it. Reflexive word is an adjective form of the word reflection. Now we need to understand first what do we mean by reflection, and I think all you have remembered. What do we mean by reflection? Bouncing back of a thing. Bouncing back of a thing is called reflection. Now, reflexive, what do you mean by reflexive word or reflexive pronoun? The word, we can say, the word which show reflection. The word which show reflection is called reflexive pronoun. If you want to write this line, then you can write the word which show the reflection is called reflexive. Is called reflexive. Reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. The word which show reflection is called reflexive pronoun. Reflection of what? If we talk about reflection of what? Reflection of the action performed by the subject in a sentence. Reflection of the action performed by the subject in a sentence. So, this word shows reflection of the action performed by the subject in the sentence. That's why it is called reflexive word or reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. And dear students, these are the words which we put in the category of reflexive pronoun. These all are formed of personal pronoun. These all are, we can say about reflexive pronoun. We can say reflexive pronouns are formed of personal pronouns. Personal pronouns. These all are formed of personal pronoun except the single one, oneself. One is indefinite pronoun and this one is formed of indefinite pronoun. Except this one, all words, all reflexive pronouns are formed of personal pronouns. Like my is formed of I, myself. Yourself, formed of you. Himself, formed of he. Herself, formed of she. Itself, formed of it. These all are for one person. These all are for one person. We can say in singular form. These all are used for one person in the sentence, and these are plural form of the subject. I mean, these all are used for more than one person. It is yourselves. You see here, yourself. It is singular form for one person. Yourselves. It is plural form for more than one person. Ourselves. Ourselves. It is not ourselves. It is ourselves. Themselves. These all are plural form, and these all are singular form. And reflexive pronouns are formed of personal pronoun, except the single one, oneself. It is formed of indefinite pronoun. So dear student, I think you have cleared what do we mean by reflexive pronoun. You have cleared the basic introduction of reflexive pronoun and the word which we use in the category of reflexive pronoun. Now we understand this topic in detail with its starting with its definition. So let's see the definition of this. Definition of reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are words ending in self or selves. For singular, self, more than one person, selves. These are the words ending in self or selves. Show that the person who performs an action, is also affected by it. It means subject is also affected by its own action. Reflexive pronouns are words ending in self or selves, so that the person who performs an action is also affected by it. It means subject is also affected by its own action. For instance, she cut herself. It is subject here, and subject performs an action of cutting, and also affected by the same. Also affected by its own action. Subject is also affected by the same action. And in other words, the action performed by the subject. It means these words show the action performed by the subject turns upon the subject. It means the action performed by the subject turns back to the subject, like it. She cut herself. उसने कट किया किसको? अपने आप. The action turns back to the subject, turns upon the subject. It means the subject is also affected by its own work, its own action. And one more thing, it is used in the meaning of अपने आप. It means reflexive pronoun is used. Reflexive pronoun is used in the meaning of अपने आप. Now we need to understand that what are the functions played by reflexive pronoun, what are its role, and in which form it is used. I tell you, reflexive pronoun is used as an object of the verb in the sentence. Reflexive pronoun is used as an object in the sentence. But there is maybe confusion that you may say, sir, but we use objective case or personal pronoun at the place of object. So we need to understand by its usage. Now it is turn of use of reflexive pronoun. Use of when we pronounce this word as a noun, it is used. When we use it as a verb, we pronounce this word use. So it is turn of use of reflexive pronoun. It is used as an object of the verb. Reflexive pronoun is used as an object of the verb in the sentence. It is used as an object. Now you may think you may say that's we use generally we use generally we use objective case of personal pronoun as an object of the verb in the sentence, like it they, her, or him, maybe her, maybe him. We use objective case of personal pronoun as an object this verb because the subject and the object of this sentence, the subject and the object of this sentence are different. When the subject and the object of a sentence are different, we use objective case of personal pronoun as an object of the verb. One more example. I saw her. This is subject here, show is verb here, and her is object here. It is an objective case of personal pronoun. We all know that generally objective case of personal pronoun is used as an object in a sentence, but there is a condition. What is the condition? The subject and the object of a verb should be different. These both are different. But if I say they hurt themselves except of her, now subject and object of the sentence is same. Subject and object of the sentence is same in this sentence. That's why we use reflexive pronoun in this sentence. Same like it, if I wrote here I saw myself in the mirror. If I write I saw myself in the mirror, now subject and object of this sentence are same. Subject and object of the sentence is same. That's why we use reflexive pronoun. It means when the subject and object of the sentence is same, we use reflexive pronoun as an object of the verb. When the subject and object of a verb is same, we use reflexive pronoun as an object of the verb. You can see in both examples. But when they are different, subject and object are different, we use objective case of personal pronoun. But reflexive pronoun is used as an object of the verb when subject and object of the sentence is same. So I think now you have cleared what is the function of reflexive pronoun. It is used as an object, but there is a condition, the subject and object should be same. You can write a condition that the subject and object of the verb should be same. We use a reflexive pronoun in that type of case in the sentence. So dear students, now make it more clear to you. We need to understand some more examples. These are some examples of reflexive pronoun. First one is the cat licked itself. This one is subject. It is an object, reflexive pronoun. It is verb here. The cat performed an action of licking, and it is also affected by its own action. The cat licked itself. Next one is she ruined herself. उसने बर्बाद किया अपने आप को. In both sentence, sentence you can see, dear students, the performer and receiver of the action is same. This is performer of this action and receiver also. Subject is performer and subject itself is a receiver of the action in the sentence. So we can say we use reflexive pronoun as an object of the verb when the performer means subject, the performer and receiver object of the action is same. When the performer and the receiver of the action is same in the sentence, we use their reflexive pronoun as an object of the verb. You can see in both examples, the performer and the the performer and receiver of the action is same in these both. Now next one, last. This is last one. Last but not least, tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about yourself. It is used as an object and it is a reflexive pronoun here. Now you can say, sir, subject is not there. If we see directly, subject is not there. Tell me something about yourself. This one is object here, and reflexive pronoun is used as an object of the verb. But we need to understand in this sentence that when we face an interview, we are generally asked this question: tell me something about yourself. Now if we think that who is teller here, who will tell? If we see in this sentence, you will tell. You are asked to tell something about yourself. You will tell. It means subject is you here and object is, you can see, it means the performer. You is performer. This is receiver. Performer and receiver of the action of telling something. Action of telling something is same in this sentence. That's why we use reflexive pronoun here as an object, except of objective case of personal pronoun. So dear students, now I think you have cleared about reflexive pronoun. Thanks you all for watching this video, and I hope you will maintain this all work properly in your notebook. Thank you once again. Have a good day.